Hello everybody and welcome back to more Final Fantasy the Crystal Chronicles. I'm finishing up my 7th year in this game, moving on to the 8th year, and slowly but surely we are finishing this game. So we're going to do the usual run-of-the-mill stuff, but I figured I'd make a video because there are a few things I missed that I want to kind of squeeze into this video before we continue on and do anything else. So of course we're going to do the usual stuff, talk to our dad and our parents and our siblings and all that to get stuff out of them. We can get money out of our dad, but unfortunately he's not going to make us anything really amazingly spectacular. We've got the butterfly head weapon that we can make, however the weapon we have now is way better. I do believe we had the butterfly head at one point, and it doesn't have as much strength, so I'll probably end up throwing that scroll out because I don't need it. Of course we can get the usual rainbow grapes. There's 13 of them. I said a few episodes back that like 10 was the maximum you could get, I thought, but apparently you can get more than that, which is kind of unnecessary. Considering the limited amount of item slots you have, carrying around a bunch of food doesn't seem like a good way to use it, unless you're like me and you use a lot of food. I haven't gotten the hidden item in a while, so I figured I would go ahead and I would do that for this year. Because usually these hidden items aren't really that good, but it is of course tradition just to go ahead and grab them anyways. See what it is this year. It's a seed, which of course we can't use. Not really worth using is more or less the problem, because we already have all those rainbow grapes and those do us actually a really good job if we need some food. The tailor's not going to make us anything new because we haven't been playing with his child, so his shop hasn't leveled up any, which is kind of a shame. So we have to hold on to some of our scrolls for later, but we should probably take the time to sell some stuff as well. Make some room in our inventory. I probably will start clearing out my bag a lot more as I prepare for the final dungeon and the final area. But I'm still going to do a few years of this game, so I'll probably keep the majority of the stuff for the next little while until I find that I really don't need them and they're really useless. But I'm going to make a little bit of room here by selling some doubles, and you can see I've got a lot of crafts and scrolls and things like that. I really have to go through those, and I have to figure out what I'm gonna make and things like that. He still sells some crappy stuff, so we're gonna completely ignore him, and we are now ready to leave. I'm going to be showing off 2 Moogle Homes that I missed in the game. There's 4 Moogle Homes left, and the other 2 are in the final dungeon. So let's go ahead and warp right to Selection Cave. I've cleared out all the enemies in this area. We're going to take a left-hand path, and I'm going to show you where it is. I was rushing through here my first time through because the video was almost 30 minutes long, and I thought I was going to come back to Selection Cave to show everybody where the Moogle Home was, but I didn't really find any need to come back to this place because the boss doesn't change. So I'm going to show you guys where to go now. Obviously just take the left-hand path and run all the way through. Very straightforward route to take. And we need to go through the middle path. And for those of you who remember me running through here, the middle area is actually the highest part of the cave, and you can't get here from the first screen, so you have to come through the second screen and make your way down. So once you've done that, you're going to be back on the first screen, but in a completely different part. And then you want to come over to the right-hand side here, in this little sidewalk sort of thing. Go up this little staircase here, and you'll see that you can also go down a set of stairs. And the Moogle Home is very kind of obvious. It's right there. Very kind of obvious because there's stairs there. It's kind of out of place and things like that. So yeah, I didn't show that off first time I was here, but that is how you get the Moogle Home in Selection Cave. So there we go. That takes care of one of the 4 that we're missing, and now we're gonna jump right into Mount Kalanda. My book told me there was no Moogle Home in Kalanda, and I figured that might make sense because it's so hot. But there is a Moogle Home in here. It was kind of foolish of me to think that because every single stage has a Moogle Home. This one's very easy to get to. You basically just go north, take an immediate turn to the west, or the east, sorry, and come over to the easternmost side, and the Moogle home is going to be right behind that treasure chest you just saw. So this is actually a really easy one to get, but I had to scout the level to kind of find out where it was. And you can see now that we've only got 2 more stamps to get, and like I said, that will come in later videos when we go to the final areas of the game. So that's it for Moogle Homes. I then decided to go back to Tipa because I feel like I need to show off letters to everybody that I've been getting. Because letters are kind of fun to read. I mean, I really like the letter aspect of this game. I think it's pretty much one of the funnest parts of it. So you can see we've gotten letters from a bunch of different people, which is kind of cool. Our big sister's even sending us letters now, which is really cool because she didn't send us any letters throughout the entire game. As you can see, majority of our letters are from our mom, but go ahead and read some of these while we have some time, if you guys are interested. So there's something that I've been wanting to tell you. The flower that you used to take care of has died. By the time I noticed, it was too late. I'm really sorry. And I took this as an opportunity to increase my relationship with my older sister. So I went ahead and I replied positively, and I actually sent her some money with the letter, and then she ended up writing me back. And with the money I sent her, she was able to buy a seed of that flower again. It should be in full bloom by the time you get home. So those 2 letters increased my relationship with my sister, which was really cool. That letter was from the Tipa side quest there, the one after the one she sent. And the last 3 from the last year, first one from our dad. Every night at the dinner table, I stare at your empty seat where you once sat, and my eyes fill with tears. We may not be together at the table, but our family is always one. Take care. Aw, it's so nice that your dad has a soft spot and misses you. I think that's actually also one of the first letters we've ever gotten from him, which is kind of strange, really. And again, we have another letter from our mom, which is not surprising at all. Our mom always sends us letters. I know you've always hated cherry clusters. I went through so much trouble getting you to eat them. Keep an open mind now that you're older. Maybe your tastes will change. And then, of course, she sent me a cherry cluster in the bag. And I replied positively, obviously, so that she didn't yell at me. And the final letter from last year came from our little sister, and she's in trouble. Say, I have a little problem. I wore Mother's precious flower bracer as I played around, but later I noticed that the gem had fallen off. What am I gonna do? And that letter I decided to just reply to positively, just, you know, tell her to tell the truth and things like that. So hopefully I will get a reply back from my little sister next year. I still got quite a few letters to collect in this game. That's it for letters, though. Other stats, you can see I've been working on food as well. The only 2 foods I really don't care too much for are cherry clusters and round corn. Everything else I get a pretty decent HP boost to, and also the stats that the food gives you. So that's kind of nice. I figured that was something I wanted to work on, just in case I ran into some food that I wanted to pick up. But there wasn't something I liked. It'll help me out in the long run. And you can see there that pretty much everybody in my family loves me as much as they can. I found that when I replied positively to my older sister, my little sister got jealous because it used to be the other way around, where Fu Clu had the smiley face and Momo Fi had the big smiley face. But when they both wrote to me, it was almost like a jealousy thing. It's kind of funny how that worked out. But yeah, so really in really good standing with the family. I've been really good about answering letters, and I really don't have much else to say for this video. I just decided to go over some letters, basic stats, Moogles, things like that, and this game is really wrapping up. So again, I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm going to play the game through and not really show off anything. I'll be doing boss battles and things like that, but I won't be showing off full dungeons or anything like that. So that's about all I have to say, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this little update. Hope to see you all next time. Wish me luck in my next year, and thank you so much for watching.